Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to the Terror in the Isles Challenge. Now, this is a segment I'm doing with my good buddy Joe the Horror Man, where we're going to examine films from Terror in the Isles. Not only the theatrical cut, but the television cut as well. Today, we're going to be talking about The Fog. The Fog is a 1980 film which runs approximately 89 minutes and is written and directed by John Carpenter. Now, he was responsible for Halloween, The Thing, which we've already covered, and Christine. Now, this stars Adrienne Barbeau as Stevie Wayne. She was in Creepshow, Swamp Thing, and Back to School. Jamie Lee Curtis as Elizabeth Solly. She was in Halloween, Trading Places, and Terror Train. And Janet Leigh, Kathy Lee's mom, or Jamie Lee's mom, Kathy Lee, as Kathy Williams. She passed away on October 3rd, 2004, at the age of 77. She was in Halloween H2O, Psycho, and Touch of Evil. Now, this had a budget of $1 million, and it grossed over $21 million. Now, I have reviewed this before. It has been a while, but I have reviewed it before. And I know that we actually watched this with a stream with the Super Slash Brothers with Dave. And I've always had this thing about this movie. I'm not going to go into the plot because, like I said, I've reviewed this before. I just want to tell about my personal experience with this film. Now, originally I had seen this, and I was telling Joe about this when we were watching the film, that I actually wanted to watch this on television, and of course I was very young when this came out. And my mom said I had to take a nap, which was really weird, during the day so I could stay up and watch it. And I was so excited that I actually couldn't go to sleep. So I ended up not being able to see the entire film in that viewing. The next time I watched the film was probably 2 or 3 years later. Again, I was doing something. It seems like I'm always doing something when I'm watching The Fog, and it distracts me from the story overall, which is, I'm going to get into the basics of it right now, which is basically, it takes place in Antonio Bay, which is going for its 100-year birthday, and the settlers actually robbed gold from pirates, and the pirates are coming back to get their gold on the 100th anniversary of Antonio Bay. That's more or less the movie in a nutshell. But, like I said, I've always felt distracted. Even when we watched this with the Super Slash Brothers, I felt distracted because, of course, it was Brad's first time watching it. I've seen it a few times, but it seemed like I was always had something going on or something on my mind, or not able to fully devote myself to the film. Well, I kind of realized that after we watched it on the Super Slash Brothers, and I actually sat down and watched it by myself with no one around, no interruptions, and the movie is phenomenal. It really is. Unfortunately, I didn't pick it for one of my top two for 1980. I am happy with my picks, but I think this might have made it had I done it sooner. But watching it with Joe was probably the second time I've paid attention to it where I didn't let anything else affect it other than a few messages that we send back and forth to each other. This is a fantastic ghost story slasher movie. It's kind of like equal ghost story and slasher mixed into one. And it's incredibly effective. The visuals and atmosphere are outstanding. The characters are amazing. It's just a fun, scary, creepy little film with an incredible score. This is probably my second favorite score from Carpenter, Halloween being the first. This is so effective, and it's done so well and inserted in the right spots throughout the film that it's almost a perfect movie. It's fantastic. I'm going to recommend, because I'm going to get to my relatable recommendation, I'm going to recommend another Carpenter film now, and it's not a very popular one, but it's something I'm going to recommend, and hopefully a few people will maybe give it another shot. When I was talking to Joe about my recommendation, he said he saw it years ago, but hasn't watched it since. He went to see it in the movie theaters and hasn't watched it since it came out. And that's my hope of maybe getting a few more people to watch it and figuring out that this is just a really, really fun movie. Kind of like Assault on Precinct 13, but in space, and with a really, really fun cast. Not to mention a killer soundtrack. This movie is a lot of fun. Ghost of Mars, I think, is criminally underrated. There are movies by Carpenter that I'm not quite as keen on, like Village of the Damned, even though I still like it. I don't feel it's one of his better films. And to be honest, In the Mouth of Madness, I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, I like it, but it's just not one of my favorites of his. Ghost of Mars has always been a favorite. I always appreciated what he tried to do with this film, and I think maybe it deserves another watch. Check out Ghost of Mars, and don't forget to check out The Fog. And also don't forget to check out Joe's review and see what he picked as a recommendation. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.